Okay, we ready?
We're ready.
Okay, prior to the start of the formal meeting this evening, as is customary at the reorganization meeting after an odd year election, we have to swear in those that were elected in the November election. So I think our esteemed District Justice, Wendy Roberts, is here to swear in, and Vanita and Larry and John Crossan are the winners in the election and will be sworn into term. So I'm wondering if we should do John first, since he's the, hard to believe, the senior member of that group now. And Wendy, the show is yours.
Hey, take a picture. No, you take pictures. Take pictures. This side, John? Yeah, but maybe you take good pictures too. Let's get that back.
All right. Are you ready?
You hold it.
You're going to place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, John Crossan,
I, John Crossan,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth.
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth.
I will discharge the duties of my office
I will discharge the duties of my office
as a Concord Township Council person
as a Concord Township Council person
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Vanita, would you like to come up next, please?
Repeat after me. I, Vanita Deshmukh, do solemnly swear that I will support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this Commonwealth. I will discharge the duties of my office as Concord Township Council person with fidelity. Congratulations.
And Larry, that leaves you.
Who's holding your? Who's
All
holding
solo at a time. Ah,
We got this. No. You're place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand for me.
the other left hand?
I, Larry Muchler II,
I, Larry Muchler II,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth.
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth.
I will discharge the duties of my office
I will discharge the duties of my office
as Concord Township Council person
as Concord Township Council person
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
okay, we'll wait till everybody gets seated, and then we will, I guess before you guys sit down, can we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. For the record, Amanda, I would like to note that the council met in executive session prior to tonight's meeting regarding litigation. First item on the agenda is a motion to elect the officers for the for this coming year. We need a motion to, and I'm if talking to my colleagues, myself as president, and John Gillespie and John Crossan as vice president. Is there a motion to do so?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
I second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Next item in the agenda is citizen comment. If there's any questions or comments regarding the township and or anything on the agenda this evening, now is the time to come forward. Seeing none? I'm sorry. I want to turn that around. It's actually, oh yeah, you can do it that way too. That's your better side, right?
Ken Hemphill, 39 Millrace Place. The light at Evergreen and 322 is staying green. The light that empties out of Depot on the 322 is staying green for like almost 90 seconds. While no cars come out, 200 cars stack up on 322, so it might be.
Well, I'm looking at Nate, who hasn't officially been appointed, but
Come on, man.
can't do anything yet? Okay, well, in a few minutes, we'll get that.
The other thing is, so as a storm may approach this weekend, I thought about salting and how much salt gets applied to all roads, not just in our township. And I'm on Mill Race with that steep hill, and it's like the equivalent of the salt flats at Bonneville being dumped on my street. So I'm wondering if it's possible, I don't know if this has even been done anywhere, but those rumble strips on the side of the road? Like mill a rumble strip or some sort of abrasive strip down the center of the road where it would give traction for people going up the hill and you'd be able to use less salt. And I don't even know if that's ever been done anywhere, but it was just a thought I had. We'll see, maybe I can look into it. Yeah.
Okay,
All right, thanks.
once he gets appointed. Anyone else? Yes, sir.
Gene Goebel, 7 Quaker Lane. A couple of questions on resolutions you have this evening.
Sure.
Resolution number 5, fee schedule, page 9, item 34 for trailers. I see this year you have added the $350 is per trailer for the contractor use and occupancy trailers, but for the temporary storage of merchandise, that same notation of per trailer was not added. Was that the intention, or will it continue to be $350 per 6 months for 50 trailers as Target did last year?
Hi, I can tell you that the per trailer has been there. They've always done that. I talked to Maureen about the trailers actually at length.
Wasn't in the resolution before, but go ahead.
But she advised me that they do do it per trailer. As far as the temporary ones that are seasonal, I believe they're treated differently, and I believe that was the intention. I know my codes department reviewed this, but I can ask the question also, and we can always amend this as a resolution if there's anything, or I have any comments further.
Thank you.
Resolution 6, sewer rental fees. Section 4, item A for residential users. It says $90 per quarter, up to 10,000 gallons, plus $5.50 per 1,000 gallons over the initial 10,000. So the first 10,000 is the $90 per quarter. Is that a minimum, or if someone uses less than 10,000, could it be less than $90?
My understanding is that is a minimum charge.
Okay, and then for commercial, it also says $90 per quarter, up to a maximum of 10,000. Not sure why it says maximum, but then it says plus $8.25 over the initial 10,000 gallons. Doesn't say $8.25 per, assume it's 1,000 gallons like the residential. It just says plus $8.25 over 10,000.
That should be per 1,000 gallons also.
Yeah, but,
Okay.
and I believe that's how it's sent to them, so maybe in here there just needs to be,
Yeah, maybe you could
Okay.
look at those words. Thank you. And my final one is Resolution 7, professional fees. I see the addition of HRG engineering for sewers
Yes.
and the removal of Bradford. Is
Uh,
that
Bradford has been, has merged with
they
HRG.
merged together?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, we will move on with the agenda. We need to make the following appointments. Township Manager and Secretary, Amanda Sirach. Open Records Officer, Lisa Waldron. Tax Collector, Lou Girolame. Vacancy Board Chair, Marge Frank. Emergency Management Coordinator, Fred Field. Fire Marshal and Deputy Emergency Management Coordinator, Bob Vasek. Township Solicitor and Alternate Open Records Officer, Donahue and Labrum, U.A. Donahue. Sewer Department Solicitor, Gerald Montella. Zoning Hearing Board Solicitor, Ray Falzone, alternate zoning hearing board solicitor Sean O'Neill, Planning Commission solicitor Michael Wraith, Township and Traffic Engineer Pannoni Associates Nate Klein, Township Sewer Engineer HRG Incorporated Walt Fazler, Township Land Planner Landscaping and Lighting Services Thomas Committa, Associates Thomas Committa, Certified Public Accounting for Financial Auditing Lights on Economides, Animal Control Officers Brandywine Valley SPCA and Alan Strickler, Third Party Inspection and Plan Review BIU Code Enforcement, and Third Party Electrical Inspector Code Inspections Inc. and United Inspection Agency. Do we have a motion to make those appointments?
Motion for all those appointments?
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I guess, Nate, you can come up here to the big table now. Yeah, okay. Yui too, yeah, Yui was coming up anyway. Okay, the following appointments to the committees, to the Building Code Board of Appeal, one-year terms. Daniel Accione Jr., Joe Barbado, Joe Cliff, Frank Lamanna, and Mike Wraith as the solicitor. To the Zoning Hearing Board, alternate member, five-year term, Rich Jewelson. Do we have a motion to make those appointments to those committees?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion to establish the bonds in the amount of $1 million for the Township Treasurer, $500,000 for the Assistant Township Manager, and $855,255 to the tax collector. Do we have a motion to do so?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion to designate Concordville Fire and Protective Association for the fire EMS services to serve Concord Township residents. Do we have a motion to do so?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion to designate the News and Press of Delaware County and the Delaware County Daily Times as the newspapers of general circulation for publication of township notices. Do we have a motion to do so?
I so moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion to appoint an official delegate to the PSATS convention, and that delegate would be John Gillespie. Do we have a motion to do so?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Next, under recognition and announcements, my pleasure again, and pleasure of this council to honor Eagle Scouts from our township. Troop 260 has quite a record of bringing us Eagle Scouts. I don't know how many since I've been here, but I think I would say got to be 6 or 8 a year at least, if not more. Okay, so you guys keep up the good work. First is, what we were going to do is read the proclamation for each one. After we vote on these, we will bring you each up forward with your families for some pictures, and if you can stick around, we'd like to get a picture of all of you together with the whole group. So, Lisa, you can handle that? Good. All right. So, Aiden Neff is the recipient of the highest scouting award, Eagle Scout. Aiden designed and created a patio around a fire pit at St. John's Episcopal Church in Concord Township. Using flagstones from the church and other materials, which Aiden was able to acquire, he directed a group of scout leaders and volunteers to replace many broken stones from the existing fire pit, form the patio area, remove soil to level it, install a stone base, and install flagstones. The flagstone patio has enhanced the fire pit by providing a fire stop perimeter and has allowed more permanent seating. It required a total of 275 volunteer hours to complete the project. Whereas Aiden of Troop 60 has proven himself to be an outstanding member of the Boy Scouts of America, having served as a patrol leader, assistant senior patrol leader. The Eagle Scout Award is a distinction that will follow him throughout his life. Do we have a motion to approve the proclamation for Aiden?
Motion?
Do we have a
So moved.
second? All in
A
favor,
second.
please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, next is Alexander Jones. Is a recipient of the highest scouting award, Eagle Scout. Alex built 2 8-foot benches with a roof for Garnet Valley High School in Glen Mills. The project entailed designing the benches, acquiring the material, building the benches, and installing. Alex directed a group of scouts and volunteers for 135 hours to cut the lumber into required heights, construct sections of the benches, and then bolt the sections into the finished benches with a roof. The benches were installed in the courtyard area of the high school to be used by the daycare program and provide a place for students to eat lunch. Alex selected the project to give back to the community, and he has also been a member of the Boy Scouts of America, Troop 260, having served as patrol leader, quartermaster, and assistant senior patrol leader. And once again, the Eagle Scout Award is a distinction that will follow him throughout life. Do we have a motion to approve that proclamation?
So moved.
Second?
I second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Luke Steven Schneeweiss, highest scouting award, Eagle Scout. Luke built a retaining wall for erosion control and a bee pollinator garden at the Lutheran Church of the Good Shepherd in Wilmington, Delaware. The project was executed in 2 phases. Phase 1 to build a 110-foot by 3-foot retaining wall to help prevent erosion from spreading into a neighbor's backyard. Phase 2 consisted of the removal of old clay, laying down fresh topsoil mulch, and planting over 300 plants to create a bee pollinator garden in a 110-foot by 8-foot area above the retaining wall. Luke directed 40 scouts, leaders, and volunteers for 236 hours to complete both phases of the project. He has also been an outstanding member of Troop 260, having served as patrol leader, assistant senior patrol leader, quartermaster, and again, the Eagle Scout Award is a distinction that will follow him throughout life. Do we have a motion to approve that proclamation?
So moved.
All in favor? Second?
I second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, gentlemen, if you would like to come up and get some pictures, and congratulations. One over here. Alex. Congrats. Thank you. Richard, long time no see. How about we'll stand, you guys all stand up here, we'll go behind. You all good? Why don't you get over here? You get over there. Get there.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Okay,
So those minor edits I'll make, I already talked to them. No, just say, yeah, just say with minor edits, that's all.
the fee schedule minor edits.
No, they're not like edits that affect.
Okay. All right, next upcoming meetings and events. On January 4th, we have the Park and Recreation meeting. January 11th, the Historical Commission meeting. January 15th, the township offices are closed for Martin Luther King holiday. January 16th, Planning Commission meeting. It will be on a Tuesday since the holiday is that Monday. And January 17th, the Zoning Hearing Board meetings. The monthly reports. Dana, you have the finance report, please?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. So the fund balance policy transfers have been proposed and are on tonight's agenda for approval. These transfers are to keep operating funds in compliance with the township's fund balance policy while still remaining sufficient cash flows for operating purposes to start the new fiscal year. It is important to note that when reviewing our unaudited 2023 budget versus actual, our actual operating revenues and expenditures are within 6% and 2% of budgeted expectations, respectively. Current operating revenues as of December 31st, 2023 total $3,884,930. Total operating revenues equal 94% of budgeted revenue. Current operating expenditures as of December 31st, 2023 total $4,073,948,000, which is 98% of budgeted expenditures. Including interest earned, the township has $1,933,140 available in our ARPA funding. We have allocated some of that money to projects. And we will be allocating the remainder of that money, which is approximately $1 million, the second round, in the near future. The township has numerous capital projects listed on our 5-year capital plan that have been planned for 2024. Management will be working with township engineers to make sure that these projects are completed by year end and on budget. Thank you.
Okay. Public Safety, Benita.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, everybody. Very happy New Year to you all. Hope you all had a great holiday time with family and friends. We have a very short report for last month. Based on the Fire Marshal's report, I'm pleased to let you know that in comparison to the incidents from December 2022 and December 2023, the township had 244 emergency medical service incidents in 2022 versus 215 incidents for 2023. For other incidents in December, the township had 61 incidents in 2022 and almost half last month, which was 31 incidents. There was one retail theft attempt. The actor was taken into custody and was identified and discovered to be wanted out of Philadelphia. Motor vehicle accidents were also recorded at 50% less than the previous year, which was 2022. Thank you to all for driving safely. Pennsylvania State Police Media conducted 89 active patrols of soft targets such as schools, places of worship, shopping centers, etc. in our township. For tip of the month, it has been a warmer winter this year, but it is still important to keep our seniors and children warm and safe. And that's all the report for this month. Thank you.
Thank you. Open Space, Trails, and Recreation, Mr. Crossan.
Thank you, Mr. President. We had a successful holiday celebration here at the township last month, and this month we are beginning to ramp up for this year, and so here in January, Steve Jacobs, our Parks and Rec Director, will release the 2024 calendar of events and activities, as well as the sponsorship program opportunities for our local businesses. And then we are also introducing a memorial bench program this year. We've had requests for that in the past, and so that will be something that we introduce this year. Thank you so much.
Sewer and Public Works, Mr. Gillespie is away. His report will be made part of the record. Building and Code Enforcement, Colleen.
Thank you, Mr. President. Total permits processed in December were 73. Year-to-date, we processed 1,079 permits, which was over the 875 permits that were processed in the year of 2022. We issued 23 certificates of occupancy. And building has started with Premier A2 storage, with a pre-construction meeting and permits being released. And the Pulte Spring Lake garage sales office building permit has been issued, and a final CO is pending. We have a few new businesses that were issued final COs. Morningside Cafe at 790 Baltimore Pike, Con App Inc. at 105 Wilmington Westchester Pike, and Haggerty Insurance, who relocated to 28 Regency Plaza. And then we have some future businesses that we'll be sharing in the near future as well.
Okay, thank you. Planning Commission, Larry.
Planning Commission activities for December. The Planning Commission meetings were both canceled for December 11th and December 18th. Current projects, we have Orchard Knoll preliminary review. Conrad, an extension has been granted till April 2nd, 2024 for that. New projects, we have Garnet Valley School District redevelopment, preliminary final LD, was accepted and assigned to Sarita Trivedi and Amy Capelli. The schedule for this month is, as Dominic said, January 8th will be their agenda meeting, and the public meeting will be held on January 16th due to the holiday. So,
Thank you, Larry. Solicitor, Mr. Donahue.
No new suits have been filed against the township since our last meeting in December, and there have been no new or unusual litigation developments. Thank you.
That's even better news. Both good news. Township Engineer, Mr. Klein.
Yeah, no updates, but I will look into the intersection issue at Evergreen, make sure that's operating correctly. There is an alternative paving that we can consider for Mill Race Place. We can look into, see if it'd be appropriate. But I have to go back and look when we last paved that road, you know, if that's something we'd be interested in doing or not. But I can certainly look into that and see what the options might be.
Okay. Township Manager, Amanda.
Sure. Happy New Year. The only thing I wanted to report is that we are working on our communication systems. I know Lisa has been working on transferring us from our sort of black and white that goes out to everyone through our current listserv to Constant Contact. So we'll be sending out information to folks about how to put your information in to make sure that you're getting our updated news. So I just want to make sure everybody's on the lookout for that. And for those who aren't signed into our Code Red emergency system, please make sure that you are. Information is available on the website. We will begin using that for its sole purpose of emergencies, and we'll be using the other Constant Contact platform for our Park and Rec and weekly news that we sort of send out every Friday. If anyone has questions, as always, they can feel free to reach out to me at the township. Thank you so much.
Okay. Business items. Under the consent agenda, we have the normal things, but we also have the annual resolutions, which are resolutions 1 through 11, and they will also be voted on with one motion and one vote after they are all recited into the record. First thing we would be approving would be the council public meeting minutes of December 5th, 2023. Dana, we have some money we spent this month.
Sure. So our total expenditures is $950,462.39, which consists of December payroll, $243,426.68, current bills totaling $545,940.79, and sewer bills totaling $161,094.92.
Okay, we are going to be doing a year-end fund balance transfer from the sewer operating transfer to the sewer capital committed to infrastructure in the amount of $1 million. We have the following certificates of payment. The 7th payment to McKinney for the township water project of $110,440.23. The number 3 final phase 2 for Gessler for the pickleball courts of $66,985 even, and number 4 for the final phase 1 of the pickleball courts, $29,687.55. They are included in that total of $950, so that's why that number seems a little higher this month. Under bid awards, we received bids for the renovation of the barns at Bush Hill Farms. We have decided to reject the bids. The second item is the sewer chemicals. We're going to award a 3-year contract to Maine Pool and Chemical for $668,318.50. There are no financial releases. Under the annual resolutions will be resolution number 1, establishing the tax collector and his fees. All these resolutions will be available on the website tomorrow for inspection if you so desire. Resolution number 2, of 2024 for the collection of the local services tax. Resolution number 3, appointing the tax collector for the admission tax. Resolution number 4, listing the bank depositories. Resolution number 5, the township fee schedule. And Amanda, I think you're going to comment on a little change to that when we get through these. Resolution number 6, township sewer rates and fee schedules. Resolution number 7 on the professional fees. Resolution number 8, the township manager appointment. Resolution number 9, the IRS millage reimbursement rate. Resolution number 10, the county aid resolution. Resolution number 11, our meeting and holiday schedule. So I would need a motion to approve those resolutions,
So moved.
and I would need a second.
Second.
Amanda, did you want to add anything?
I just wanted to say that resolution number 5, thank you to Mr. Goebel. It is meant as fees listed per trailer. I'll make sure it's clarified in there so that it's very clear as I recognize his confusion. And he also made a comment about the rate in the sewer resolution for fees, and it's $8.25 per 1,000 gallons. So again, I'll make sure it's clarified. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, we have to accept, accept as complete for filing the following application. The Act 537 Sewer Planning Module for Encompass Health at the former Concordville Inn site. Do we have a motion to accept that planning module?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nate and/or Amanda, you want to give us an update on the ARPA, please?
Yeah, probably the only two worth updating would be Concord Woods. We met with the contractor on site to look at alternatives regarding lining the existing storm sewer pipe. We're working on getting quotes so we can figure out how to get that project out. Winter is kind of our expectation to get that project out. Second, I'm not sure if I mentioned it last month, but we did push the schoolhouse project to the spring based on paving temperatures. So we've coordinated that with the contractor, so that'll be pushed towards good weather in the spring.
Okay. Amanda, anything to add to that?
No, the only thing that
Okay,
I will add is
No,
just...
no was good.
The township security upgrades in Mary Lou's office for those coming in, so that has been upgraded as part of this
Okay,
project.
great. Octorara Trail update. Amanda and/or Nate, what do we got?
I'm going to update because Amanda doesn't want to say what she really thinks. We've made some solid progress. However, we've run into a little bit of a roadblock. I'd rather not get into detail just yet. Hopefully, we'll have some more information that we could share next month. But we are having a little bit of an issue with a governing body. We're working through that, and again, hopefully we'll have an update for you guys next month.
Thank you. Last item on the agenda before the adjournment would be the authorization to advertise a zoning text amendment to the C2 district for motor vehicle sales as a conditional use. Last month, we allowed as a conditional use on a certain acreage in C1 motor vehicle sales, and it was as a conditional use. Right now in C2, it's a special exception, and the zoning officer suggested that we make automobile or motor vehicle sales conditional use in both zoning districts just for consistency's sake. So there will be a hearing on this. It will be duly advertised. Anyone having comments on that particular issue, that would be the time to do it. But do we have a motion to authorize that advertisement?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor, please signify by saying aye. Do we have a motion to
Aye.
adjourn?
Aye.
So moved.
Do we have a second? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you for coming out this evening, and have a happy New Year.
Happy New Year.